welcome to the first in a brand new series of online events where we bring in together senior business leaders from all over the planet and from a diverse range of industry sectors. Our intent in this event is to explore and begin to develop a fresh new approach to helping businesses grow by unlocking their potential for innovation. We deliberately limited the number of participants to a maximum of 30, and that's because we want to keep it interactive. The longest presentation you will sit through today is this one right now. So let me just introduce your hosts for the next 2 hours. For those who don't know me, my name's Andy Wynn. I had a 30-year career in industry, leading technology-based businesses, leading technology and innovation in big multinationals. I've written a series of books on innovation and business. Joining me is Jim Hick. Many of you will know Jim. Jim is an expert in leadership and people development. He's worked all over the world in a number of industry sectors, particularly with a focus in Asia. And we're joined by Paul Maguire, who has a long career in senior executive roles in operational management. So, how well are businesses doing with innovation? It's widely understood that innovation is critical for growth, but studies tell us that many companies still struggle with it. There's a recent report by McKinsey. You know McKinsey, they're one of the big global management consultancies. So they talk to hundreds of businesses, and of the senior executives running those businesses, their conclusion was that 84% of them agreed that innovation was critical to the growth of their business. And by that they meant it was one of the top 3 growth factors woven into their business strategy. Yet when they asked the same 84% of senior executives how well they thought their innovation programs were going, surprisingly, only 6% of them said that they were satisfied with how well their businesses were performing and delivering on their innovation programs. 6%. And the other 94% admitted that they had no idea how to improve what they were doing. Quite surprising. And when we link that to growth, there's another recent study by Bain & Company, one of the other global management consultancies. And when they studied hundreds of businesses, they found that almost 90% of them struggled to grow, struggled to deliver quarter-on-quarter sales and profit increase. And when they asked the senior executives running those businesses, why do you think you are struggling to grow? They didn't say it was outside forces. They didn't say it was competitive activity or market forces. In fact, the vast majority of them said that the reason they struggled to grow was internal factors, things within their own business, things completely under their own control. So quite a shocking view of the state of business today in terms of growing and delivering on innovation. So why do many businesses find innovation confusing? You know, I've been doing this for many years, and the common things I see is one of the things I see when businesses first step into the world of innovation management, they step into a world of jargon and buzzwords and strange phrases. They step into a world of agile project management and open innovation, technology roadmaps, design thinking, and these things create if you're not schooled in these things create a kind of impenetrable wall of confusion about where to start. And not only that, but when you think of the word innovation itself, it's actually a very broad and generic term. And so what happens is many different people interpret innovation in different ways. So for one person and in one business, innovation means creativity or generating new ideas. To another business, innovation can mean purely new product development. Other businesses, they use innovation purely to talk about those huge quantum leaps, the big disruptive products. Other businesses use the term in terms of new business models, transforming their business to better serve markets. Other businesses use the word innovation in terms of digital transformation, the latest trend in many businesses. And also, many businesses simply use innovation as a catch-all term for anything in the business which is new and makes improvements. Back in my day, we used to call that continuous improvement. So many businesses, when they step into the world of innovation, innovation can seem like a black art, a mysterious black art. And it's really not helped by the fact that many of us tend to stay in our own industry sector. And the outcome for this is that innovation management as a discipline has become dominated by those high-profile industry sectors, particularly IT and digital. So they're responsible largely for those creating those buzzwords and those phrases. And there are innovation forums out there where professionals can get together and share best practice, but they are largely for people with innovation in their job title, not for business leaders. The people actually need to know it. And they also tend to be quite industry sector specific. So what does it mean for businesses? Well, it means that practically when businesses have a go at innovation, what I see from my experience is they tend to cut and paste solutions from other industry, other businesses in their own sector. So they usually step into and confine themselves to operational things, operational innovations. And a common example I see is people hear about agile project management. And so they'll, to tick the innovation box, they'll hire an agile consultant and put some agile disciplines in their business, all without any assessment of whether it's actually right for their business. Now, processes and operational innovation are important, of course they are. But in my experience, they're only one of three key factors that innovation programs in a business need to be successful. So not only do you need process, but you also need an organization that is aligned to help deliver the output of the process. And you also need people with a positive mindset of collaboration, keen to work together to deliver something new. And what I've come to learn in 30 years of doing this is that innovation is as much about HR as it is about technology. It's as much about culture as it is about process. And innovation is not a job role, it's not a job title. It's a business-wide leadership function. But rarely do I see businesses step back to take a look at what innovation really means to them. And this is why they simply end up following the trends of others. So what's the answer? How can we do something different? Well, here in TTIP, we believe diversity is a good place to start. And today we have up to 30 participants on the call. And those 30 people, they represent 11 countries, they represent 12 nationalities, and 14 industry sectors. And that's what this forum is about. It's not only about bringing East and West together. It's not only about bringing business leaders from different countries, but it's also about bringing different job functions together. So we have general managers with us today. We have technology leads. We have HR directors. So in your discussions today, you're going to hear from people who do not know your industry, people who have a completely different view on what's important when it comes to innovation. And it's my belief that only by bringing such diversity together can we hope to find a new way forward to better unlock the ability of businesses to grow through innovation.